I stand with Israel. So a recent problem is I'm seeing online that lots of people on our side are not standing with Israel. It's either because they might be anti-Semitic or they don't believe that the Bible is showing them that they should. And I've destroyed these people multiple times online in debate. You can go check on X. And I thought I should make a video about this because it's getting ridiculous. It's getting out of hand. So one of the number one claims that they're making is that Israel is genocidal. Obviously, they're not. They're not an aggressive. They're not doing that. Okay, and even if they were, they're doing an absolutely terrible job at it due to targeting attacks like Operation Beeper Blast and the um, walkie-talkie things coming on after it. Okay, so if they were doing it, doing an absolutely awful, terrible, terrible job at it, but it's obviously not happening. You can go look it up online. That's not the claims that I'm here to address, but it's claims from people like I want to get the name right. Redeemed Zoomer, Christian YouTuber. He has a huge following of on X, Instagram, and YouTube, who have these annoying takes, right? And I just really wanted to get into this, right? So he has lots of annoying takes on lots of things. Okay, he doesn't like my non-denomination, for instance, or Reformed Baptist or whatever. So some of his takes can be annoying, some of them can be good, but he has a large platform, so we should address some of these takes. So he recently posted this, and hopefully you can see this on the screen. I'm going to, yeah, okay, it's in my bookmarks. So let me see if I can present it on the screen. Here we go. So he recently started these threads a few hours ago. It might have been a few days ago at the time of recording now. October 7th. Pray for the millions of Christians in Lebanon getting attacked by Israel. Christ is king. All right. And then before that, he posted, and then he quoted, sorry, it doesn't matter whether or not Israel is targeting Christians, you must stand in support of our Christian brothers no matter what. I don't support Israel or Hamas. I support global Christendom. Lebanon is a highly Christian nation. And then he also posts, I'm not advocating any Jew hatred. I'm ethnically Jewish myself. It's too much Christians to start feeling more loyal to Israel than other countries that are far more Christian based on wacky, false biblical interpretations. So as you can see here, he basically he plays multiple games here. He plays the I'm not racist because I'm black game that he gets played on the left multiple times. He plays the he has some he basically commits ad hominem attacks on Christians, saying that our biblical interpretation of this event is wacky. So I'm going to address these claims. It's really ridiculous. Okay, first of all, this is not how war works. And he knew he was going to get called out on this, so he went on ahead and said, "Well, you see, the American Revolution, it was good because it was one Christian nation, United States, fighting another Christian nation, Great Britain, right? Because but that's not how war works, right? Uh, Russia has more Christians in it because more people than Ukraine, right? So does that mean that Russia's in the right? Well, he'll say, well, it doesn't really matter because two Christian nations fighting each other. Okay, fine. But what if, say, Russia was to invade a non-Christian nation, say Israel, or just any other nation, right? That's not Christian, right? Would that mean Russia's right? No, no, that's not how this works, okay? Just because a Christian nation were to invade a non-Christian nation doesn't necessarily make it right. And I think he knows this, right? I think he's just trying to support a point, but then he gets bogged up in his own logic because it's nonsensical. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever at all, okay? That's not how wars work. You don't take the average amount of Christians per capita or whatever in a country and say, well, there are more Christians here or whatever. Also, he has a very bad understanding of what the news is. I don't know if he's reading through this wrong, okay, but Israel's not at war with Lebanon. They're at war with terrorists inside of Lebanon, and Christians are not being targeted. And even he says, I don't care if Christians aren't being targeted. We need to stand with our Christian brethren. The Christian brethren there do not want terrorists to be living amongst them, okay? That's ridiculous. That's like, I don't get why he's whining about this at all. Like at all. He says we need to stand with our, he says, quote, we must support and stand with our Christian brothers no matter what. I support global Christendom. Lebanon is a highly Christian nation. 43% Christian. I wouldn't really call it highly Christian. Also, if the Christians are in a terrorist organization, then that's their fault, and I don't support them, existing anymore. All right. But then after these terrible logic trains of logic, he gets on stream with some Catholic YouTuber, maybe someone like him, but on the Catholic side, right? And he gets on X space with him, and he's like, "Well, I wish conservatives would care more about the environment. I wish they would care more about our environment than they would care about Israel's environment. And then this Catholic streamer guy's like, yeah, base, woohoo, saying a whole bunch of Gen Z nonsense. And you have people in the comments going, woo, yes, yes, that's right. America first, woo. And like, there's something wrong with these people. Okay, and also when you keep reading and scrolling down to the comments, you can easily see that these people are ridiculous, wacky. Some of them are anti-Semitic and support crazy conspiracy theories, right? So this is what this kind of rhetoric and logic is leading to, and these communities are doing this, and it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. All right, but then let's get into the Bible thing here. And let's go over to GotQuestions.org, right? He calls Christians' interpretation wacky biblical interpretation. I don't know. I guess he presupposes that he is a 20-something-year-old that knows more than Got Questions. Okay, but let's go into Got Questions here. And here we are. It says, Got Questions says, and I agree with him on almost every issue, maybe not Calvinism, but he says Christians definitely support the nation of Israel. Remember that Israel is very special to God. You read that if you're holy, blah, 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 blah. You can go read the verse yourself, Deuteronomy 7:6-8. And it gives reasons for why we should support Israel. And it says that the Jews are the chosen people of God. The United States is blessed by God for supporting Israel, right? So, typical evangelical stuff that I agree with. And of course, he doesn't agree with. Some people over on the other side call Got Questions gay. They called it a wacky website. I don't care about it. They also tried to say that, well, hey, you're not Calvinist, so why do you believe that the Jews are God's chosen people? I'm like, what kind of logic is that, right? But the issue of this is even if he doesn't agree with Got Questions, and its interpretation, which I believe to be right, we can have a debate about that. But even though his foreign policy is terrible, absolutely terrible, and I guess if we put in high school terms, that would be like, let's say you have this group here who kind of like hangs out with mean kids, and the nice kids are reporting the mean kids, right? Regime Zoom would be on the other side saying, well, see, I like this group over here, so why are you reporting the mean kids that kind of hang out with them? Okay, I'm going to create some fake name here, QAV. Yeah, it's called them Quavs or whatever. All right. I stand with the Quavs, even though they have some mean people living amongst them. I don't want these nice people on the other side reporting them to the teachers. That's not right. I want global Quavsdom. And I'm like, that's not how foreign policy works. That's not how global policy works. If the nice people in the Quavs started fighting with each other, or just not started fighting with each other, but if the mean people on the Quavs side started invading another team, that doesn't mean that the Quavs are correct for that. That's not how foreign policy works. Okay, anyone can see this, but even to an extent that even to an extent, right? God says that He'll bless those who bless Israel, curse those who curse Israel, right? No of the theological issue, and I could be wrong here, but I don't remember any of the theological issue being like this. God doesn't say He's going to bless those who bless the Credo Baptist and curse those who curse the Credo Baptist. God doesn't say He's going to bless those who bless the Calvinists and curse those who curse the Calvinists. God doesn't say He's going to bless those who bless the Catholics and curse those who curse the Catholics. God doesn't say He's going to bless those who believe in the rapture and curse those who believe in the rapture. Right? Many things that we don't believe in, that we may disagree with on. Right? That's why we have different denominations and stuff like that. A perfect example of this would actually be in the series Left Behind. Russia launches a whole bunch of nukes and bombs and stuff towards Israel, right? From the Redeem Zoomer's logic, first of all, he would say, well, technically Left Behind is bad, evangelical, blah, 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 whatever. And second of all, he would say, well, see, Russia is more Christian, so I guess we should stand with them if Israel, in the series, were to retaliate and strike inside of Russia. That doesn't make sense. But even if I'm right and he's wrong, right? If I believe that God's going to bless those who bless Israel and curse those who curse Israel, then if we go with what he wants, then we have a big problem. We're going to be cursed by God. If I'm wrong and he's right, but they go with what I want and we support Israel, then what? We support a great democracy in the Middle East. We have an ally there. We keep innocent people from being killed, and they are our allies. Okay, you may say, well, see, they one time accidentally blew up a boat in 1967 with a whole bunch of people in the Navy on it. And yes, that is unfortunate. It's sad. It's an accident, and they repaid us for it. But that they have provided vital intelligence and technology to us and to the world at large. Okay, if you go listen to KHCB 105.7, you can listen online if you're not in Houston. If you go listen to the radio station, I think 11 o'clock, you'll listen to about all the advancements that Israel has had. Also, if you go look it up, you can go see how Israel has helped aid the CIA and other intelligence agencies here in the United States. They have great technology like the Pegasus phone spyware and stuff like that. So they have done lots of work to help aid the United States. Okay, we are allies. Okay, we are allies. And you may say, hey, well, they haven't come to our aid in the military intervention. See, they don't do anything for us, and we just help them in one-sided conflicts. Actually, in the Gulf War in the 1990s, the United States and like dozens of other countries, military coalitions, were all kept together to fight the enemy, and they in some countries tried to. The enemy was trying to shoot rockets towards Israel to try to get Israel to come into the coalition. That way, they would try to trick the Muslim majority countries into not siding with the United States and her allies anymore. Thankfully, Israel did not do that under the guidance of President Bush. Telling them, don't retaliate, don't retaliate. So even though they haven't done anything militarily, so usually it's for a good reason for us. Okay. So yes, we are mutual allies. They do things for us. So if I'm wrong and God in this Israel isn't the real Israel, whatever, at least we get benefit from it. If I'm right and we go with what Redeem Zuma and some of these people want, then we're going to get judged by God, and we don't want that. I like existing as a nation. I like being the most powerful nation in the world, and I like keeping that status, and we will only keep that status if we are blessed by God, right? So we need to keep this going, and I do not like what Redeem Zuma and all these other people are trying to change policy like this. It's really annoying. It's really annoying. Now, and that's why this issue is very, very important to me. And that's why I'm destroying people right and left who believe this. And now we may say, well, guys, they're Jews, and we don't want a Jewish nation, and we want everyone to be Christian. And yes, I do want everybody to be Christian. I do want everyone to come to Christ and know Jesus. Unfortunately, I don't know about you, but it's really, really hard to go and witness to a nation, right? Go witness to a nation that is under attack every 6 months. Okay, like you cannot go send mission trips over to witness to them. Okay, if we want them to become Christians, we should want them to be alive so that we can witness to them and evangelize to them. And if we don't do anything, if we don't support them, and especially and they don't exist, then how are we supposed to witness to them? Please tell me how. I'd like to hear some ideas on this. So I please type that into the comments below. Okay. So I honestly do not know what this animosity is towards them. So please, for the love of all that's good, let's not listen to Redeem Zuma and his awful takes. I mean, these are some of the most ridiculous takes of all time. Like seriously ridiculous. And let's go with what I have to say. You may say, well, what makes you an expert? Well, see, at least I can read. At least my logic makes sense. His doesn't. His foreign policy is stupid. I'm sorry. That is stupid foreign policy. They are doing a favor to the world by eliminating terrorists, and he's just sitting here whining about Christians who aren't being affected, who aren't being targeted because, well, they're quote-unquote a Christian nation who wants global Christendom to thrive. He is blinded by his own ambition and his own pride, and and I see this in a lot of videos. I mean, he basically called non-denominational churches not really real churches. Okay, it's really, really sad. So let's not listen to this guy, please. And that whole based, yeah, woo, yes, and the Catholic guy who was on stream with him, yeah, let's get more about our environment, individuals, environment, fun, stupid, really stupid, just ridiculous. And to the people who are trying to send me all these videos saying, hey guys, look, they're doing this. Shut up. Shut up. You have an ulterior motive. It might have been one use case, but by large and broad, they're being attacked by terrorists, not the other way around. And they're not attacking Christians. So shut up. Go back to Candace Owens. Go back to under the rock where you came from. In fact, be afraid of your phone. Be afraid of your toaster. Be afraid of your baby monitor. Okay, you know what? Yeah, be afraid. Yes, it's gonna blow up. It's gonna blow up. Just get off the internet. Go touch grass. Go hug a puppy. I honestly do not care, and I will continue to destroy you in a debate because the true America First position is being blessed by God, and we can only be blessed by victory and peace if we do what the Bible says. It is America First to want to exist, and we will not exist if we are cursed by God for committing a sin, the only sin that I believe that says you will be cursed by God. I think maybe honoring your father and your mother might be up there too. So only two. So yes, let's not commit this sin and let's not listen to these people. If we want to be blessed with victory and peace, we should stand with Israel. And that's why this issue is so important to me. And these people will get destroyed in a debate with me. God bless.